Every year, the finalists for the Miss Cheerleader USA contest travel to this secluded camp.
Well, there is no going back.
For some, it'll be the crowning achievement of their lives.
I'm gonna win that queen contest.
Nerves are on edge.
There's something eating at everybody, right?
Ever since we've been here, it's never a good night.
Jealousies are exposed, and hatreds explode. This year, something evil has come over. The contestants.
She shows I'm gonna kill her.
The instructors.
You're a mascot, not a human.
The judges. And the hired help.
I hope you die.
Something is about to make them all victims of bloody pom-poms.
I actually got a call from Gino Havens, who was a casting director / the very first person that I took a cold reading workshop from. So I had known Gino from when I first moved, like 1981 or 2, somewhere around there. It was early on, actually right after I did Grease 2, I think. And I had just had my son. And I hadn't really, been out auditioning or anything. And Gino called and asked if I would consider reading for a part in this film. And I was like, sure. As usual, I don't do any research. I know nothing about it. I don't read a script. But he said, it's a horror film and, it'd be fun and funny and whatever. And so I agreed to do that. And I read for, I actually don't know if I read for both parts. I wanted Betsy's part because, of course, I wanted to be the lead. And he's like, no, really trust me on this one. You don't want the lead in this film. You should, try out for the, the mascot. So I just took it and without a whole lot of thought put into it. And decided to, sure, I'll go. I'll do it. Like I said, I had my son. He was 9 months old when we filmed. So it was pretty wild. We packed up our little car and with, playpen, diapers, all the stuff that you need for a baby and literally moved up there for the month that we did the shooting.
I noticed during the credits, your husband was credited as a detective in the movie too, so he got a part too as well. And you guys wrote.
I told him he should pop in on the podcast here and say hi. He declined.
That's okay. Thanks for trying.
I tried. Actually, there's a little more to this story to it because the day that we did the read through before going up there to shoot, Craig and I got married. The filming was kind of our honeymoon, so to speak, because we literally it was just a little backyard wedding, went to the read through with the other actors, and then packed up and went north to shoot. Craig came with me and he watched Joseph, and, we had some of the other actors. Travis, actually, because he got killed off early on in the filming, he'd help babysit sometimes when we were shooting. It was wild. It was wild.
Travis seems like he'd be a good babysitter. I mean, I not that I know him, but I feel like every role I've seen, he seems like he's just playing himself. Like he seems kind of like that character.
He was great. He was great. Joe loved him. And, we all were stuck together on this mountain, so we got to know each other quite well and we became quite good friends. So yeah, he was wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
That was all shot in the Sequoia National Forest, or what I was reading up there, and it looked like it'd be fun, kind of like almost like a summer camp vibe, shooting, kind of hanging out. And what was that like?
It kind of was. So the town was literally like there was one building that had the post office, the general store, which had very, very, very little. And then like a diner, which became like, that's where we had a lot of our meals, not all of them, a lot of them were brought to, wherever we were in the forest. And we all just were put in cabins around. So it was kind of wild. I mean, we had this little A-frame cabin with a loft that we had to put the crib up there because it was so small, like there was no room anywhere else in the cabin. And we got together for all meals. It was an assortment of characters, as I'm sure you know, anybody who's seen the film. A lot of pretty girls, and Jeff, oh God, I should have done my homework because I can't remember. Jeff Prettyman, I believe was his name. He was just wild. He actually did a cameo in the film as well. He was producer.
Bloody pom-poms.
We gotta walk out of here.
It's at least 40 miles.
Finally, something to die for.
I mean, it was kind of crazy, I honestly can't believe that we did that. Like, it was just so, like, we just off the cuff. I mean, it was just, we just went for it. But I have to say, we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of night shooting, as you guys know. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, just first of all, the storyline was, what it was. But because there was always somebody getting slashed or impaled or, the pretty gory stuff, you see these people walking around set in that way, for filming, and that's how they show up for lunch. And we shot the whole thing, I think, in 4 weeks. So,
Wow.
There was no time for, we just had to get in there and do it.
It's a great blend of horror, comedy, summer camp, dance movie, cheerleader movie. It's just lovely, just buds and suds type of fun movie that's just, they throw in a little bit of everything just to see what happens. And
Yeah.
It's like Meatballs meets Friday the 13th or something.
yeah.
Which is a hard thing to do, actually, to kind of do a horror comedy, like to shift from comedy to gore, like to shift from those tones. Was that hard or challenging as an actor, like going from doing some hokey stuff to killing in the next scene? Do you know what I mean?
Not at all hard. No, I mean, it wasn't. It's funny because I had already played a killer, so that was my very first role, was Ninja 3. And I like playing the dark character that doesn't look like, I'm the girl that flies under the radar. Kind of was like that a little bit, in junior high and high school, because nobody suspected this face. I had a lot of fun with it. And, the scenes that we did that were on the more serious side, I took very seriously. I think everybody did. The murder scenes, a lot of those, we weren't really involved because that was special effects, and it wasn't like I was out there with the pitchfork or the shears that went through. I mean, so we really, we were all there and around, but it wasn't like we were actually doing that. Some of the stuff that was the hardest for me, and I still kind of cringe when I see it, is when they're all in the cheerleading competition, and a lot of shit's happening outside, it's the running in, oh my God, like that just seemed so fake, and it's so hard to do that when it was so silly. I don't know. I mean, to me, that was probably one of the most cringeworthy things as far as filming, acting, because it was just so goofy. but you had to kind of go with it and be in it.
Did they pitch it as like a horror comedy, or did they pitch it more as like a straight slasher when you first got involved? Do you remember?
I don't remember. No, I mean, obviously, look, we knew it was horror comedy, but I do believe that it was pitched more as just horror. Some of the lines were like, okay, I hope I didn't have to deliver too many of them. I don't remember, but I know some of the lines that the other girls had were just like, oh Lord, that's really bad. Come up with something a little more creative. But it was silly. I mean, they put in some really silly stuff. So
it must have been fun and exciting though when you read the script the first time. You're like, oh shit, I'm the killer.
She doesn't read the script. She said that. She
said she would have found out.
I was busy with a baby. No, I knew. But things like when I'm wearing the big, hood and we're at lunch and I can't eat my lunch because I have it on and I'm not allowed to take it off. I mean, really.
Yeah.
What was the visibility like in that thing? And you break dance in it at one point. Like that looked like it could be difficult as well.
You know what? I was young and I was able to do those things. Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember. I'm sure it was hot and uncomfortable. I don't remember too much about that. The breakdancing thing was funny, I mean, a lot of that stuff, even doing the silly little rap song,
Oh, yes. Tell us all about that, please.
I actually think I have that scratched out on a piece of paper or in a notebook somewhere in my memorabilia. We sat and made up that rap. And I mean, it was, I'm the rhyme queen, but I'm not a rapper. And it was just a funny thing to do. I mean, I don't think that was necessarily written. I think that was just something that we did that we thought would be cute.
Wow, so you wrote a lot of that, huh? That's also in the trailer. I mean, they used the rap in the trailer for the movie, it's a big marketing hook for the film. I mean, that's one of my favorite parts of the movie too. I mean, just Leif Garrett and Travis. It's just like, what is happening? Like you really know that it's like a comedy when that part starts. It
was a joint effort on everybody. We were all in on it.
We'll start with Allison. She's so fine, but look at her long or you'll go blind. Next is Pam. She comes out with a fam and will tell you this, she ain't no sham. Next is Ronnie. She acts kinda funny. Steal your heart, but not your money. Can't forget Teresa. She's got what it takes. Putting her on this team was no mistake. Last is Lori, and this is her story. She's our gator, you'll be seeing her later. And we're Brett and Timmy, we're part of the bunch. Gonna take the crown, and that ain't no hunch. Now get ready to hear our cheer, cause we're the best team you see this year.
George Buck Flower is a famous, iconic genre actor who plays the handyman in the movie. I've seen him in dozens and dozens of movies. He has a unique presence on screen, and he seems like he could be kind of a character in real life too. So I was wondering if you had any memories of working with him or hanging out with him on set or anything like that.
I think he seemed exactly like that. That's kind of what I remember. I don't know that we really hung out.
Okay.
That's fair enough. If it was exactly like that, I'd be good too.
Yeah.
All right.
Let the contest begin!
Ronnie, look at that one with the jugs. There's one in the orange skirt. Make your pee-pee harder than a 10-pound bag of nickel jawbreakers, won't you? One of these days, that bitch gonna push me too far.
I mean, what a fun character to play, though, because he could, I mean, that just did kind of seem like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like he's playing himself He's one of those actors that it seems like he's playing himself.
Sorry, Pop.
Laugh, damn it, you can't sing. I hope you die.
I think I was just in such a different mindset when we did that. And first of all, I just have to mention that having come off doing 3 Canon films, that they changed our scenes, they changed the script every single day. Like we never showed up, and and I got to where I just didn't memorize scenes. I got the gist of what we were doing, but I knew they were going to change it, and they did. And so I think I probably kind of fell into that same mindset that I'm just going to do what I need to do for the day. You know what you're going to be shooting that day. Again, I had a 9-month-old baby that I was taking care of, and he was just starting to walk. He was starting to stand up to things and take it, it was like kind of crazy. And so for me, I just worried about getting my part done that I knew I needed to do that day. And so I was not like fully ensconced in all of the, how the production was going or anything else. I just needed to be where I needed to be at what time and to do my part,
Well, I also saw in the credits that you were listed as the choreographer. So did you choreograph like all the cheerleader stuff? And were some of those, I'm assuming some of the like competitive cheerleaders that aren't the main cast were probably real cheerleaders, right?
I think they were, yeah. I didn't choreograph any of that. And I mean, to give me a choreography credit for it is really, really a stretch. I did probably choreograph what I did, this little breakdance thing. I think I probably had something to do with the cheers that we did. I don't even remember if there was somebody else that was there doing that. Yeah, I don't really remember a lot about that, to be very, very honest. But I know, being a dancer and, I am very capable of choreography, but, whatever we did there, I don't remember how much I had a part of that. Probably more what I was involved in, but not other people.
I was just curious about working with Leif Garrett. He had a whole teen idol career before that, 70s kind of star. Just curious what the vibe was off camera. And
of course, I knew who he was. And of course, I don't think he knew who I was coming off my breakdance movies. He was fun and funny and definitely a live wire. I feel like between him and Travis, they kept things really entertaining, very entertaining the whole time. And he was great. And he was with Nicolette Sheridan at that time, and she came up for, a good stretch of it. But, when you're on a movie set in general, you do become kind of family. You get to know everybody really well, and you become kind of best friends for that moment. And when you're stuck in the middle of a forest where there really was no place to get away, then you're kind of in it a little bit deeper in a way. But yeah, I mean, I don't know for him doing that film, like what, I'd love to know what because that would not be a question that I would have asked at that time, but I would be curious, like, why did he do it? Come back? I don't know. I mean, for me, it had nothing to do with anything other than I just thought it would be fun. And, it was a paycheck. And, I remember back then that a lot of people think that you're just rich. They just think you've money flowing all over the place. And that is not the case. you know, especially when you're starting out, you're getting scale plus 10 most of the time. Of course, I would rather have done, you know, something a little bit, you know, better, but it was a job. I was approached by somebody, oh my gosh, this was a while ago, about doing like a sequel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe I was even sent a partial script. This was many years ago. This was not something that I was interested in doing in any way. I haven't seen it in a really long time. I have the DVD. I may possibly have a VHS copy. And I was thinking this morning, I was like, I don't know if my kids have ever seen it. My mother actually put because I gave her a copy, and she put it in, you know, a sleeve that said the Pope, so that none of the grandkids would accidentally watch it, because she knew they would never pick you know, the Pope to watch. And she was so embarrassed, you know, she was just like, I think Travis mooning in the very beginning of the film, she was done. So, you know, it was very buried in our family. And I actually don't know if my children have ever seen it. They've never commented, but I'm going to ask them.
Have you ever thought about like a fun sequel you want to see in it? Or did you read that and thought they have an interesting ideas, or was it just totally, you know, whatever?
Well, I mean, the only way would be that I would be running the camp.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
That was my favorite part of filming, was my end cheer.
Yeah. The ending, yeah, that was great. You go from mascot to cheerleader, and it's like I did it.
All she ever wanted.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. All she ever. I love it.
All she wanted.
No! Give me an O! She knows better! Give me an R! Why did I ever trust Corey? Run! Give me a Y! She killed them all.
Sure.
Who do we love?